Let's talk about what's up. So we shipped Diabotical Rogue into early access. Holy shit, that was difficult. About a year after we, put quite a bit of updates into Diabotical with wonderful help from community feedback, we started working on the engine again, trying to take it from glitch kind of 1.0 to 2.0. And then about a year ago, we started working on the roguelike system and then bringing in a couple of game modes. You've got one of them right now, which is Wipeout. It's a 4v4, as you know. It's mainly to test the suits, really, and the rogue systems and get feedback on gunplay and stuff like that. It might not be overly replayable long-term for some people because there's no big objective to it, but it's where we want to start because we kind of want to ignore objectives and just get you guys fighting. Early feedback's been amazing, by the way. People like a lot of stuff, but the really, good feedback as well is people talk about, yeah, this sucks, and then one of the big things I think we got to really fix is slide. Slide, as you know, is I'm going to turn off my background screen and then bring up the game. Slide is in a bit of a rough state. I've talked to Friedberg. He's got to fix it because I'm too old to know what kids like with sliding now. I'm going to try and keep up with you guys in chat as well and take some questions. Add movement and I might give you money, says Pac-Man. Polishka. Look, you're Polish. Your money doesn't. We actually made the price really nice in Poland, by the way, so I hope you do give it a chance. And don't be cheeky. Freiburg, yeah, the CS player. So one of the things that I should mention as well that we did is we've got the first set of the game kind of stuff ready and we just want lots and lots of feedback. We are moving towards our bigger game mode during this year, so it's really, really crucial, and I love the fact that you guys are here and excited and playing. I don't mind. How many are there of you? I'd like some more. You can gift this game to people on Steam. And Epic, super easy to do. If you don't believe me, test it. If you don't believe that, go in, try. Promise it works. So we got a MOBA-inspired FPS game mode coming, but it's going to be in early state. But we want to throw it to you early so that you guys can play it and say that sucks, that rocks. And we might throw it to you in different stages because when we worked on this engine, we did work a lot towards a lot of systems that would allow us to do stuff like enemies, NPCs, bigger game modes. And talking about bigger game modes, if you go into Wipeout, that would, not Wipeout, if you go, why is my game capture not working? Typical James stream. Add game capture. Yes. I'd like to capture the game. I need a mod. Fuck it. I'll press that button. Okay. I'm in the little dev console stuff, right? So I'm not playing with you guys. I'm in my exclusive McIsland hub with blackjack and robots. So this is where I hang out. Okay, yeah, so the 16v16, if you do get a chance to do some warm-up, and we probably need some more players, that's really useful for us because we can test, how do you say, kind of like larger game modes. We want to know how it feels at 16v16, what's the optimization like on the levels and stuff like this. So please give it a go every once in a while. That would be awesome. I have shitty keybinds on this one. So this is the hub. This is where you came in. I hope you guys enjoy the hub. I think if we recap some of the stuff that's going well, I think the hub's really nice, like chilling out on the hub. You can obviously check out different classes, etc., and different packs. We just pushed a thing. I'm going to be the scout because I like hooking on my island. And then we're going to add some more stuff into the hub as well. So we're going to evolve the hub with the patches. I think we've pushed 5 patches now in 3 days. Yep, I think so. And then we're recruiting many weebles. Yeah, my FPS. My PC is kind of old now. It's the same PC I used to stream on when I was talking to you back in the past. But how are you guys doing in chat, by the way? Have you had a good time with the game so far? I'm just going to make up your answers now because no one will see this on the VOD. Bring back Weebles. Well, the Weebles are now in charge of this island. They used to be grenades, but look, they're little worker guys now. And MacGuffin wants them working on this island. And the Weebles don't normally fight. They're quite nice and passive. But yeah, now they need to get combat ready because who knows what the MacGuffin's up to. But maybe if we're around for a few more years, you'll finally figure that out. Or we'll tell you what's going on, or the world will tell you. Okay, but I'm just imagining, oh wow, you guys had such a good time. Okay, so I think it's worth addressing like one of the things. It's like, so you guys are in, you're playing, we're listening to your feedback, and we're just going to go crazy on patches. I just want to say, because I know the team will tune in, I just want to say, guys, you did an absolute killer job. You should be so proud of yourself. Like a studio of this size making its own game engine and game, and it's looking this good, you know, feeling this smooth, and the engine being wonderful is such an incredible achievement. And you know, from the community, a lot of you people out there. I mean, a lot of games that should feel as good as this, and you know, they're really made by the bigger studios like Riot and Blizzard, and for us to be able to do it from a little bit in Sweden and some contractors around the world, I just want to pat myself on the back. The rest of the team, they did average. But we're at a good starting point. So what we really need now is to work with the community. And you guys know that we hire from the community. There's some people that you might be familiar with from the Quake community. Noctis is still here. Got a solo back-end programmer that was probably sweating. Febreze, one of the map winner contests from Diabotical, is now the technical artist at the studio, if you remember Febreze. Zachabus, an Unreal Tournament pro and streamer, is actually our VFX artist, who's been trained by a Riot VFX artist who worked on Valorant, and Dave and the rest of the VFX team, you owned it. I think we also brought in Nunu Star, another... Nunu Star was, again, another winner from the mapping contest in Diabotical. He's now one of the kind of dual art directors. He's responsible for all the environment, skylines, and the environment, etc. And it was nice, yeah, getting him in. Promius and Draku from, you know, speedrunning community, Quake community, are two level designers. Wins, if you remember Wins, the French pro gamer, he's actually, we made him start programming and get a real job. So he's one of the programmers on this. Well, we have like, yeah, sometimes when I say there's dual positions at the company, what really happens is that someone kind of starts directing and then he gets tired and then someone takes over. Yeah, don't mean Wind, no. I mean, Wind is probably ultimately responsible for everything at the end of the day, but this is Wind's. And I'm sure there's people I'm missing, but it's really fun that we're still a little bit community and also industry people as well. So cool. All right. So we're here. Right. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen next? Let's talk about that, because we're just going to keep updating in early access. We're going to work with the community. You guys are going to shout at us. You know, please don't piss off Mojo too much, because I have to tell him off, because he cares. He's worked the least on this game, I'll be honest, and he cares the most, okay? This is all Mojo's got. And then when you wind him up in Discord, we all have to calm him down, and it takes time from development, all right? So you can shout at us, you know, say, you know, and it's always useful to, I love the fact that you guys are so honest. All right, so I think the game's pretty good right now, and we've got some updates. The first thing I think we're going to address is the RNG on weapons. We've already pushed the patch. Boom. When you lose a round, you can re-roll your characters with a re-roll token. Every loss, you get one, all right? Still going to make it full random for now, because I want you using as many guns as possible. That does help us with data. I was thinking about TTK as well. Are we going to introduce some HP buffs, or do we need to lower some of the ammo and the clips for guns? These will be small tweaks that we'll do as we go forward. So we really want to just craft out the suits. Obviously, we've got other suits coming. I can show you a little bit of a teaser if I have my keybinds. Oh, the motherfuckers. You can't do this, but let's do... oh, no, shit. I don't work on the dev up. 1 second. I'm going to ask someone what the DevOps command is. I shouldn't have picked suit. Wait, don't worry, guys. I'm really on top of my. All right, yeah. Thank you, Mojo. So we got some more stuff coming. The next suit that you're gonna get. Oh, you've disabled console. Oh no, wait. Can I do this? All right. Why did they disable console in this? Now I can't show you some cool stuff. Yeah. So we got another suit coming. Hopefully that's going to be somewhat soon. Oh. Okay. It's me being an idiot. Thank you. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yes. When we get to deliver some of the bigger game modes, you will meet some creeps that you're going to shoot and start your power fantasy. Weapons, you can all... okay, they've removed the grenade launcher. I really wanted to show the grenade launcher. But basically, our next suit is going to have a grenade launcher. So he's into demolition, you could say. All right, so that one will be coming, hopefully. I can't say, how quick, but that's going to be the next one in. And I will say that what we want to do with this island is build it out. I also want to say, though, this was a mistake from us. When we shipped this game and we went on OTK to go into early access, we didn't give a huge heads up to the community about what was happening. So a lot of people, because it's in the Diabotical universe, and one of the first game modes was Wipeout, were very, very upset there wasn't strafe jumping. Okay? Admittedly, most of the people were 30 years older, and they want to strafe jump because they want to go fast in a video game. That was on us. I really hope it's nice, that what you get to play now. I will say, though, the hub is going to evolve with many ways to play. As you probably noticed, we signed Get Right and Firefrog to the project. They will be making their own game mode within the hub, something that you can play. I think that I really need you guys to kind of, play what we are, working towards with the bigger MOBA-inspired game mode. There might be a negotiation between us because I didn't make these Wipeout maps purposely to use suits on, if that makes sense. I like that mode. I think it's fun. Really, I want the suits in a more kind of MOBA-esque, but because there's multiple ways to play, we might have a negotiation, me and you. I will also say that this character here, whoever put this into production, suspiciously, all these kind of joints really line up. Have you ever heard of Kill? It's like a character in Quake Live, but when they stand side by side, it's almost like the knee joints are exactly the same position and the arms, and it's really suspicious. Yeah, so I don't know what will happen in the future, but yeah, we'll see if we can do something. But right now, let's focus on getting feedback on our current systems, our upgrades, our suits, and our movement. And then we'll see what we can do when the hub evolves and the whole thing's out of order. All right. I don't really have many more updates apart from this is very exciting, and I'll try and come back more regularly. I know I used to do a once-a-month stream, but yeah, bright models income. Strafey won't hurt on the side. But we shall see. All right, I'll take a few questions and then I'll disappear. Why no blocks in the map editor? Yes. So the map editor, we kind of overhauled it so we could do very pretty maps. So we worked with some wonderful people in the industry. We had a consultant that worked on lighting on Doom and Wolfenstein, worked with us on our systems in the lighting. We had someone who joined our company who was actually from the Diabotical community that's done 15 years as a level designer and level artist, working in Unreal Engine. So this has got a lot bigger. It's got a lot more advanced in terms of what it can do. Obviously, that might be daunting, but this is the same level editor that we make our levels with, and and then we also have some logic stuff that will come over time, which will be awesome. So you guys, when we start making, future modes, you might be like, you guys are dumb. You should have done it like this, and we'd be like, oh yeah, look, that's better. Diabotical, I think the community, you guys, how many maps did you make in the first year? It was like around 2,000 or something. Yeah, so what's one crazy idea you'd like to see implemented? Oh yeah, question time. All right, but if you get into the level editor, that's great. It might be a little bit too advanced right now, but Promius later this week is going to do a stream on the level editor. So I think he might go out with it in the weekend, and you guys can all learn. Yay. ZTN remake, please. Well, that's the thing, Cans Elite. You don't need to ask us for maps. You can work for free. I mean, you could make it in the level editor for fun and self-fulfillment. Are there takeaways about balancing guns and characters? I definitely feel that if you were a Quaker, you might have felt the TTK is quite low. I do like that people are getting jumps and frags, etc., and it's exchanging. I do feel that the power fantasy, we might be able to break a little bit more some of the TTK, like by even slowing it down by adding HP. Who's to say? But right now, I felt we got it in a pretty nice place. Maybe some of the guns are too accurate in terms of just being able to beam people, but we shall see. We shall see. All right, a few more questions. What do we need? Yeah. Any plans to bring some sort of payload mode? We discussed payload versus a more kind of base v base objective. Payload is certainly, it's okay. I just didn't kind of have a feeling of how replayable a payload was. I really want to use the roguelike system. We've invested in it. What it will allow us to do is to add a layer of items on there. So when you're going into this MOBA-inspired game mode, you pick your chunk. Now you're locked in on chunk, right? You don't have to worry about random loadouts. And then you not only get your roguelike upgrades, but you'll get items. So you might be able to buy an item if you've been farming some creeps, doing some objectives, killing the enemy. There could be something like an item that gives plus 100 HP and removes 2 damage from every shot that you're hit. So it's bad versus snipers because you still take, a lot of damage. But if someone's trying to beam your chunk with a machine gun, effectively you're mitigating a lot of damage. So we want to kind of play with the power fantasy and see how you guys push, each other's base. We're not sure the scale of it. We've played a little bit. We think it's somewhere between, it's anywhere really between 10 to 20 per team. I hope it will probably end up between 8 and 16. But this is where you in early access can work with us, because when we bring that mode in, we're going to bring it in stages. So it's likely we're going to give it to you for the weekend. You play it. We play it together because we're not that big of a studio. So sometimes it's hard getting a 20v20 going because we're only around, a certain size. And then we need you to play it, break it, tell us what's good, tell us what's bad. But we also need to focus. So we might bring it in almost the MOBA-inspired kind of FPS game mode. We might bring it in without creeps or NPCs to first, because we want to maybe work on the nav mesh. We want to work on optimization. We want to just feel the tempo even without that. And then each kind of weekend that we can deliver something, that's where you're here, and that's hopefully you can help us and really shape something great. And we wanted to get you in early, even if we didn't finish all of the 5 suits yet, just because, if we're doing a bad job on the first 3 suits, you need to tell us so we know what to look out for on suit 4 and 5. Can bots go up and down the stairs in this one? I think there was some change, Anna Trolley, but I know you're thinking very specifically against strafe jump movement, but who knows? It's amazing that you're still in business. It is parkour grip. Honestly, I'm in shock. But you know what? But I've sucked a lot of dick to get here. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I could go into detail. So I wake up, you know, there's so much. It's like through the day, talk to my bank, dick. It's just, oh, I am tired. I am tired. But you know what? There was, every once in a while, it was big, juicy publisher. And I went, oh no, not for me. Actually, we tried to get a publisher and they all said, no, we suck. Thank you, Ash, for the subscriptions. Yeah, but we're still here. So there you go. The most professional game devs you've ever had. Oh God, being self-published is nuts, but it's cool because we own the company, so we can really fuck it up with you guys. I just the tip, not just the tip. It's great. Yeah. So yeah, it's us guys moving forward. Diabotical, we're obviously just keeping it on Epic Games right now. There's a conversation with Diabotical and Rogue that we need to have together and decide on something. We maintain working around the legacy Diabotical code. Firefrog would be like, oh, I wish they would, you know, if we could, you know, move it in and, you know, take it down and have, you know, what they want somewhere in here. But I'm not going to go into details. I think it's like we need to really focus as a studio because otherwise we're going to lose our way. I mean, but, you know, all the way through this development, I was very happy to lose anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 a month on keeping the servers up for Diabotical. I'm still pissed at the two guys in Hong Kong that just didn't stop playing. That server that 2 people used on the weekend cost me $500. But and they only jeweled. That's all they did. I might as well just given them, you know, like some, yeah. But you know, we put a live service game out there, right? So we wanted to, we just wanted to kind of make sure it was running, and and I hope that you've had a good time with Diabotical. But we'll see what we can do with this and the many ways to play, because I'm super excited about what Freiburg and Get Right are going to do. They get to kind of pick their own physics. We've got some guns into production for them. This is something that me and Get Right have been talking about for about 3 years. Once he retires, I'd love him to come work with the studio. I asked him to pick someone to work with because I told him when I was working on Diabotical, it was very, very difficult because even if you know so much about Quake, once you get into production, you just forget stuff because you're stressed over these deadlines and this and that. So you need to pick a friend that's really supportive. He picked Adam Freiburg. Freiburg, you know, I had to meet him first properly because we've known each other, but we haven't really met. And then he just went into so many crazy details. And I was like, okay, this guy's perfect. And even right now, he's looking into the slide and what's wrong and what he doesn't like. And he's going to come up with suggestions. So their project is quite on a slow burner. They've just got a few people from the studio that have the ability to help them. But they're also looking after, keeping looking on what we're doing as well. They're making one game mode together. Yeah. It's my kind of... It's me trying to just... I think it's me just not being hugged enough by Blizzard and id Software and Valve when I was a pro gamer. And I was like, hey guys, I'd really like you to listen to me. And they were like, oh yeah, that's cool, you're a pro. And so it's in a way, I'm trying to just be like, my kind of like, if it works out, I can just be like, see, you should have hugged me. You should have listened. Because I really think that the community in esports and, you know, if you listen to them and unleash them, they have huge value in shaping a really amazing game. So Freiburg and Get Right are my proof of concept after we get our stuff. What's the plan with esports? Nothing right now. We just want to make a fun game. I think if we can focus on the fun together and find what's good, the game grows. If the game grows, you know, we're still here. If we're still here, then we can start talking about, you know, a little bit of esports. So let's do fun first and try and build a community together. So let's not throw money around, you know, because we don't have much. Also, the game's available on Steam. Tell your friends. And Epic. Yep. Making a good game is not very AAA. I know. It's amazing it works, right? I'm really impressed. The team crushed it. The engine team. Firefrog has a team now. Holy shit. He programmed Diabotical solo. And then while he was doing that, he programmed a bot called Raven. Oh, shit. I said too much. But now he's got a team, yeah? He's got an engine team. You can check out credits. Also, all right, I'm not saying I'm angry. I'm not saying I'm, but Raven is posting patch notes, working his ass off, as he normally does, and no one's going into Reddit and even saying anything. He's literally just in a Reddit by himself, Reddit/r/Diabotical Rogue, just posting patch notes for himself. Okay? We've done 5, right, in 2 days. And today was a day off in Sweden, and some of the guys still came in. But they don't have a lot of friends, admittedly. That's why I hired them. Yeah, we didn't want to focus on microtransactions. We just wanted to put a price tag and then ship, with the idea of we can focus on content. I don't want to turn the team into a microtransaction art sweatshop. When we notice the 13-year-olds are playing, then microtransactions. Okay? You guys are like 30 years old plus. It's not going to work on you. All right? So, right now, we're just going to focus on content. Okay? Cool. This was a really good meeting. I don't think I'm going to get cancelled at any point. So I think this went well. So I think I can come back. So I'll tell you what, we'll leave it here. The next stream from us will be Promius, and he's going to be showing you how to make maps, okay? We're going to probably do some good things and some bad things. You've been great in Discord. I love, you guys messing around in hubs. And then it's really our goal to stay focused, give you new ways to play, and then just listen to what you have to say. And hopefully we can, get this MOBA-inspired, new, fresh, hopefully a fresh take on something. But in a really slick engine with a really nice community that when we kind of show it more off to the world, when we go 1.0, people turn up. So I'm just happy that we've got people here listening, checking out our game and listening. So thank you very much. I am Offski. I'll try to come back more regularly than once a month. I might come back every couple of weeks, and I should host somebody. I don't remember how. I think is it host or raid? Should we pick a Diabotical Rogue streamer? Are there Diabotical Rogue streamers? Should be the first question. Mojo, if you could give me a name in Discord, I'll send them /raid. Okay, cool. Did you guys like the trailer, by the way? It was hype, right? Most of those trailers and that cinematics, I got a quote of how much it would cost for a cinematic trailer from a company that does cinematics for video games. They quoted me, and I went ages ago, right? And this was when, a little bit after Epic, Tim Sweeney filled my money with pockets. I was like, Tim, I love you. You're the father I never had. And then I disowned Gaben. But now we made up. And then, so I was looking at how much trailers were, and I told this company, I was like, well, you've got to do a cool trailer. And I went to this company, and I was like, hey, so, by the way, we've got like looking at a trailer. I'm guessing, we have a budget maybe of like $100,000 or something, or 150. And they were like, oh, yeah, that's not a lot. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, that's not a lot. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, and then I just kind of didn't get back to it because I was like, well, I can't afford, if they want more, I can't afford anything really. And so I emailed them a year later and going, oh, by the way, did you know I meant dollars and not SEK? You know, like Swedish krona, which would have been $10,000, $15,000. And they went, yeah, we knew it was dollars. I went, oh, just curious, how much does it cost for like a cinematic trailer? And they're like, it's about $4,000 a second. I was like, what the fuck? So basically, we got one guy at our company called Omar. And I was like, Omar, I'm not paying $4,000 for a second. All right, I'm cheap as shit. You have 2 months to make a trailer. So Omar posed, animated, lit, storyboarded. I helped storyboard with Seth, who did the music for the game, Seth Everman, and then just crushed it. And you know what? The best thing was he handed it in late, so I fined him as well. So it was even cheaper because we literally got that trailer done about 3 days before launch. So I couldn't believe, that. And then also props to Zero QL and FaZe, who helped us with the frags. FaZe put the last thing together. And so cool. All right. War stories from game development. I'm going to raid somebody and then I'm going to come back, and we're just really happy you're here. Where am I clicking? Have you given me someone to raid? Can someone... I'll find someone. I'm set. FaZe was one of our biggest helpers, and a lot of the frags in the movie were from FaZe. So I'm sending you to FaZe. He's legit sick at this game. He's got ADHD. He will make you nauseous. So there's a warning if you put in how old you are. And just thanks, guys. And we're excited to bring you more and more updates. Okay. I think we've got a few thousand people in already, which is wonderful. Hopefully we hit 10K people in, we'll see. But it's just nice to see you again, nice to talk to you again. And just, fuck Slasher, really. Where was he? I needed him. Bye.